I have less than 5,000 followers on my various platforms, yet I've been able to receive PR from so many different brands. And in today's video, I'm gonna share with you some tips and tricks as to how you can get on PR lists for different brands. But first, I want to welcome you and introduce myself. So if you're new here, my name is Chinaza, and on this channel, we cover all things lifestyle, fashion, beauty, content creation tips, and so much more. So without further ado, let's get into the topic for today. The first, and honestly one of the most important tips as to getting on a brand's radar is being accessible. And what I mean by this is that you want to make sure that you're positioning yourself in a way to be discovered. Behind every brand, there is a social media manager, and this person is combing through socials, looking for content creators, and you'll make their life a lot easier and yourself more likely to receive PR if you go ahead and have your email in your bio. Brands are actively sourcing, and if they can't reach you easily, a lot of the times it's easy for them to just pass over you. So now that you've established yourself as a creator who's ready to work, it's important that you also start with what you own. Take an inventory of the products that you're already using on a daily basis, that you already love, and just start to share that stuff organically. I started with really sharing my lifestyle, sharing my skincare. So when it came to just sharing my morning routine, I would always make sure to tag the brands, whether it was in my story post or whether it was an in-feed post. And trust me, it may feel kind of weird at first, especially when it's just I don't know, I feel like I'm kind of being a beg right now. But I promise you, even if you don't get a response from the brand of them being like, hey, we love that you loved our product, whatever the case may be, there is someone who checks those DMs, who checks those tags, who's gonna keep on seeing your name, keep on seeing your name, keep on seeing your name. Because there's been times where it's I'll consistently tag a brand, and then months down the line, they actually end up reaching out either via email or via DM being like, hey, we see that you love our stuff. We would love to go ahead and send you some products. And when you do receive the PR, don't just let the relationship stop at the free products. I always say that it's good to treat the PR that you receive kind of as a brand deal. Now, a lot of the times when you are receiving PR, you're not obligated to post. If this is a brand that you see yourself working with in the future, why not treat the products that they've given you as an opportunity to create more content for that brand? Now, I say this in the way that, of course, you want to get paid for your content, and of course, you don't want to have wasted efforts, so to speak, but more so in the way that it's when you are creating content that speaks to the brand's voice, they're going to kind of see it and notice it, and sometimes that can even lead to a paid deal. The brand may want to repost it, they may want to do something with it, and then in that way, you can go ahead and share your rates to be like, hey, I'm definitely interested in working with you guys on a paid basis. I'd love to share this video with you all or discuss via email, what my rates are and different things like that. And even if you decide not to post, I think that it's always good to maintain the relationship that you've built with a brand by way of not only thanking them for the products, but also giving them your genuine feedback on the products. Because at the end of the day, they see you as a valuable customer. They see you as a valuable person who they're genuinely sending their products to in the way that it's they want to know your feedback. They want to know how they can improve. So I always like to follow up via email, just with a formal thank you, as well as just kind of sharing my honest feedback on the products. And again, these are people behind these brands. So I feel like it just kind of adds that personal touch and really makes you more memorable. And as a bonus, if you did create content with the PR, you can go ahead and include the metrics as well as the video link as you're sharing your product feedback. That way, again, they're able to reference not only your honest feedback, but then also able to reference wow, this creator, they actually shared their work. I actually love their work. And they'll kind of keep you at the top of their mind to not only stay on the PR list, but to also be considered for some paid partnerships. When you start to receive a lot of products, it can kind of feel overwhelming in the way where it's okay, there's only a certain amount of products that I can try at once. And I know that for me, especially when it comes to receiving a lot of makeup or receiving a lot of skincare products specifically, I can only use so many products at once. And I think that one of the most important things that I've realized is that you kind of want to have that happy medium of finding that balance and authenticity. Just because you receive something in PR doesn't mean that number one, you necessarily have to create content around it. But also number two, it's like you want to balance in the PR into your content in a way that it feels like natural and that it actually feels like you. Because at the end of the day, I think that your content should speak to more than just trying to do a brand deal with every single post. Because you also have to consider your audience, right? I think especially in today's day and age, people don't want to see hashtag ad after every single post. And when you are featuring things organically and when it does make sense with your lifestyle, I think that that's what people want to see, especially in the way where it's like you're staying true to yourself. Because trust me, it can be really easy to feel like literally like everything now has to be like curated around like that specific product that you received. But when you kind of make it in a way that it feels natural to your content versus feeling like, you know, this is kind of like forced or it kind of feels too adsy or too salesy, I think that that's what's most important. Just take inventory of the things that you're receiving and really just ask yourself, like, does this align with the type of creator that I am right now? Because again, PR doesn't equal paid automatically. And also it's like, you want to also make sure that you're putting out content that feels authentic to you versus just trying to impress a brand. Also, a pro tip is studying creators who kind of have the same following as you and seeing what type of PR from brands that they're receiving. And that way you're able to see, okay, like what brands are working with smaller creators. And then you can also, again, organically feature their products, try and get on their radar. And instead of always waiting for a brand to reach out to you, you can also go ahead and reach out to a brand. Now, of course, you can go the organic route where it's like, again, you're posting them, you're tagging them. You can also take things a step further and actually reach out to them via DM or email. Because one thing about following up via DM or even following up via email, a lot of the times you won't hear back from a brand, but I like to kind of keep things in an actual spreadsheet to know when the last time that I reached out to a certain brand was, who the contact is, what was the response, just in the way that it's like, again, they're probably receiving hundreds, if not thousands of emails per week. And if they keep on seeing your name, keep on seeing your name, keep on seeing your name, there's gonna be a more likely chance for them to eventually respond. I kind of like to go both ways where it's like I can reach out via DM and really just you want to introduce yourself. And although the DM is less formal, you can definitely still be semi-formal in there, really just reaching out, introducing yourself, sharing how much you love a certain product or just the brand in general. And I like to kind of end the DM with being like, is there a preferred email that I can reach out to in regards to receiving like a paid partnership or in regards to receiving a gifted product exchange? Because I've realized that the worst thing that someone can say is no. And even if they say no, no just can also mean not right now. Because there's been times where it's like, I kept on tagging, I kept on emailing, I kept on DMing, and then all of a sudden, months later, sometimes even a few years later, the brand will reach out being like, hey, we want to go ahead and send you some stuff. Please provide your address. And I'm like, whoa, look at God. I'll never forget, Milk Makeup is one of my dream brands to work with on a paid partnership. And when they reached out via DM, they actually reached out via DM to me, just sharing that they loved my content and that they wanted to send me some of their products. And I was just like, y'all love my content, I love y'all. Because again, I had been organically tagging them in my stories, organically tagging them in my posts, even reached out via DM, I even reached out to someone on LinkedIn, okay? I was not playing, trying to get on that PR list, but I never received a response. But then one day they just wrote me out of the blue. So those are really one of the things that it's like, again, there's someone on the back end who's seeing those tags, seeing those tags, seeing those tags. But just imagine how many people are tagging them, okay? So you just gotta go ahead, keep on tagging them, keep on sharing your content, and you never know when your time will come. Don't let your size as a creator make you feel like you can't get PR, because I'm pretty sure I received my first PR from First Aid Beauty when I had under 1,000 followers on Instagram. So shout out to First Aid Beauty for seeing the vision back then, because truly it's like I was so geeked. I'm still so geeked anytime that I receive a PR package, because truly it's just like knowing and feeling seen and recognized for the work that you're doing as a content creator, and just in the way that it's like, wow, like it literally be feeling like Christmas every day. I feel like it's truly such a humbling process knowing that it's like I'm only getting better, I'm only refining my craft more and more. And I truly do treat PR like, again, like it is something where I'm able to kind of just continue to put my skills to the test. So we've covered reaching out via DM, we've covered reaching out via email, we've covered the brand reaching out to you or you reaching out to the brand. But something else that I want to touch on as another way to get on a PR list is using influencer platforms online. Now, there are a few that actually have like paid brand deals on there as well that you can apply to. And then there's some that kind of have a combination of PR lists as well as paid deals or gifted collaborations. So some that I've used that I would recommend are Coley, Aspire, and Obviously. And I've gone ahead and linked these in the description. So these are influencer platforms that you can sign up for. Some of them do have like a certain threshold of followers that you need to be able to be eligible to apply for certain campaigns. This is definitely a good place to get started, and a lot of the times, especially when it's the more gifted campaigns, they'll actually give you like a full brief and everything in the way where it's like you're able to actually treat it as if it's a real paid brand deal, because essentially it's a gifted collaboration. So it's just in the way where it's like it's still a collab. The brand is still seeing value in that work. Now, of course, you are using your time in the way, so it's like definitely only apply to things that you genuinely really want that product. A lot of the times when I've done like gifted deals in the past, like it would have been for like a Sephora gift card, or it's for like a perfume. So just in the way that it's like I saw the value in it. Now there's sometimes where you're gonna see a gifted collaboration for like something like, I don't know, like a $25 gift card, and it's like, it's gonna take me like 2 hours to do this. I gotta do my makeup, I gotta do my hair. So it's like, it's not gonna always be worth it. So I think again, that's where that discernment comes into play. So definitely make sure that the campaigns that you're applying to are worth your while, but there are definitely a lot of good ones on there. And there are certain platforms, more specifically like Coley, where there are gonna be paid brand deals available to apply to. The last thing that I wanna touch on for today is the power of local partnerships and collaborations. A lot of the times we think of PR or brand deals as kind of the only ways to really like benefit as a creator. But one thing about it is that local partnerships are truly amazing. So what I mean by this is that, for example, I'm based in Houston. So there's been a bunch of times where it's like local businesses will reach out to me, specifically seeking out like a content creator or just like inviting me to a night out to come and enjoy their services. Recently, I was invited to a VIP wellness night where I was able to test out this new studio here in Houston where they had like float therapy and different things like that. And I got to have the experience for free, all because I was a content creator. So it's like being able to take advantage of different opportunities like that, whether it's getting invited out by a restaurant to come and try and review the restaurant. Don't sleep on the local opportunities, okay? And that's also another place where you can go ahead and pitch your services to. When it comes to local partnerships, it's also super helpful if you have your location somewhere in your bio, or if you're able to frequently tag your location, or even just have like hashtag Houston content creator, for example, in the hashtags that you're typically using. That way, when local businesses are looking for content creators, and again, just using Houston as an example, let's say they search Houston content creator, some people even have that in their tagline where it's easy to find them. And that's everything that I have for today, guys. I hope that this helped, and truly don't limit yourself just because you do have a smaller following count. I even have to catch myself sometimes where I'm like, oh, I just have this, I just have that. Like, even if you got 100 followers, do you know how many people 100 people is? Even if you got 500, if you got 5,000, all the things is that like you have impact no matter what size of creator you are. Your voice matters, so definitely keep on going, keep on sharing organically. I promise you that the paid deals is on their way. But in the meantime, you need to go ahead and enjoy that PR, okay? It's up to you to decide what you deem as valuable to go ahead and create content on. But I promise you that there is so much benefit in being able to position yourself as a creator who's ready to work, as a creator who's ready to receive. Stay diligent and keep on reaching out. Again, a no is just maybe a not right now. So don't give up, because that DM or email or that package could literally just be one step away. Thank you guys so much for tuning into today's video. Please let me know if this video was helpful or if there's any further questions I could help to answer. If you're not yet subscribed to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and make sure you tap the bell icon to turn on post notifications, because again, y'all, we are so back and I'm so excited to continue bringing you guys more videos. Let me know if there's more specific things that you want me to get into in another video. But with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and close out today's video here. I appreciate y'all, and I'll see you back for my next video. Is my wisdom teeth growing in? I'm hungry. Okay, I'm gonna edit in the morning. Ooh, child. Okay.